Good evening, Namaste, Salamat Sore. Welcome to Manthan with Saraswathi, a captivating platform for enriching talks and podcasts. On Manthan with Saraswathi, we have had privilege of featuring distinguished doctors, educators, administrators, motivators, edupreneurs, talented artists, well-read friends, and even my own students who are excelling in their lives. Each of these guests have shared invaluable insights from their life journeys and provided guidance for young minds, contributing to a broader perspective and deeper understanding of the world. I am Saraswathi and I'm thrilled to announce you to our new series, Femi Pranav Fiesta, a vibrant chapter in our Celebrating Women in Business series here on Manthan with Saraswathi. These inspiring women come from diverse industries, each bringing a unique journey of success, resilience, and invaluable lessons they have learned along the way. Whether you are an aspiring entrepreneur or simply someone who loves or who values stories of courage and growth, today's conversation promises both inspiring and practical insights. So, let's dive into the world of women entrepreneurs and hear directly from these incredible leaders paving the way forward.
Frankly speaking, it all started with the necessity. New business, you need to do a lot of content writing. Along the path, you're going to learn a lot. Yeah, honesty and an approach where you keep the client at the top. It's the time when you need to help yourself. Ultimately, everything lies within you. Yeah. So God has given some special power to women that they are able to do this.
Today on Manthan with Saraswathi, we are very pleased to have Miss Rekha Nair. She is the co-owner of Excel Magic. With their tagline, "Nothing is impossible in Excel," they have changed the working culture of the corporates. The training programs have transferred clients into skilled users of Excel, VBA, DAX, and Power Query in a few days, equipping them with the tools needed for success. She is a passionate poet, author, and a language coach. She is a presenter herself and has published her poetry book of woman empowerment, published last year, named Aasman. So welcome to the show, Ms. Rekha, and we are very, very happy to have you with us on our show.
Thank you so much, Saraswati ji. Entirely my pleasure. I'm so happy that you have given me a chance to be here in your show. I have been a fan of Manthan with Saraswati. Always, I've told you this so many times.
Yes, thank you for the lovely, encouraging words. I'm very happy. I think we have supported each other. Let's do it today also.
I really pray that I'm able to add some insight, some meaning and value to your show.
Definitely that's going to happen, and let's get started. So I have introduced about your Excel Magic here. Would you like to add something more to it, Rekha ji?
Excel Magic, it's all about corporate training. We impart training to corporates, and not just training. We also made user-friendly modules, programs for our clients based all over India. As the show, progresses, I'll talk more about that.
Sure. So now that you said you're the co-owner and you have so many various passions, so we would like to know on this show that what actually inspired you to become an entrepreneur, and how did you embark on this journey with so many passions and so many likes you've had?
Well, as far as inspiration is concerned, Saraswati ji, frankly speaking, it all started with the necessity. Krishnan and I, we both were working in different private firms, and everything was good. We were earning good enough to keep the pot boiling. We had enrolled our son also to a really good school, one of the best schools in the city. And since it was the best school, it was also very expensive. But then we both were working, so things were going good enough. The real thing came when I, conceived my second child. And at
Mhm.
that point of time, we really started thinking of earning more. Thought of earning more money came with the necessity, because
Yeah.
education for us was prime importance. We
Mhm.
wanted to give best of the education to our kids.
Yeah.
So we had to send the second kid also to one of the best schools of the city. So we needed to earn more money. So necessity was the first thing that actually inspired us. That's the honest answer. We knew about our technical expertise,
Mhm.
like uh, and I knew Krishnan was an expert in Excel.
Um,
Even Saraswati ji, before marriage, we
um,
used to work in the same company, Krishnan and I, and we used
it's a
to,
love story.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we were good friends, we were colleagues, we used to sit together. So I'd seen him working.
Mm.
He was an expert in his work. We worked for a finance company. Ahmedabad branch of that company was the most prompt, best
Mm.
in sending the reports to the head office. I
Mm.
remember even the head office won't do the work in one day and other leave the other branches. I mean, nobody would send the report in that same day. But Ahmedabad used to do this. And how it's happening? And then they realized there was some person named Krishna Kumar was doing this, and of course he was called there in Bombay, and that program actually then they asked to launch in all the branches. So I,
Mm.
sitting next to Krishnan, knew how talented it was. See, that was not the time of this Excel MS Office. It was not the time of the MS Office. It was the time of where we used to work in WordStar and Lotus. So
Yeah.
Krishnan used to do the programming in Lotus. So
Mm.
that was something, that skill he had, that knowledge he had. I knew it. Of course, he also knew it.
Of
So
course.
the technical expertise was there. In our inspiration, the realization of that expertise. Plus, by that time, I had also done my HR management, and I guess I was good in correspondence, and I had some writing skills. And when you start any new business, you need to do a lot of content writing. Like
Mm.
in our case, we had a different level of courses, so we had to write the contents, and we had to make our profile and so many things which related
Mhm.
to writing part
Mhm.
was there. So
Mm.
one thing we knew, I was zero in technical things. He was not very good in writing, but then one thing we knew, if combined together, we could do wonders. So our this thing combined things
Mm.
when mixed with the necessity, actually
Yeah.
those things actually inspired us to jump into this field.
Okay. That's
Sorry, जी.
it's wonderful. It's good to know. Like हिंदी में कहते हैं ना एक और एक 11.
ऐसा
I
ही हुआ
think
बिल्कुल
that's what you guys put
ये
it together.
यही था
Very remarkable and very extraordinary union between the content writing and the technical skill came together, and you had your Excel started, right? You said that you wanted to get more from the finance side, so you guys came together with an idea, and the whole thing of your company started. So if I have to ask you, those who are going to listen to us today, they will be more keen to know that what advice do you have for these aspiring women entrepreneurs who may be a little hesitant to start with their business? It is very difficult to start a business, and what did encourage you, or what motivation was there in you to start, to take such a big leap?
to start any startup, then start it. Just start it. That's what I would like to say, from my experiences.
Mhm.
Many a times, women fear, they doubt their capabilities. This is the time when you have to gain all your confidence and just jump into the business.
Mm.
You cannot stand at a side and you will think that I'll do like this or that. You'll have to get into that business. Along the path, you're going to learn a lot.
Mm.
Problems will come while walking in the path. Problems will come, but then you will get the solutions then and there. Those practical things will pop up, problems will pop up, but then you will get the solutions there itself, not by science standing on a side. This it doesn't work that way, Saraswati ji. And yeah, of course, one thing is there, before you jump into it, you need to do a lot of homework. From lot of homework, what I mean is you need to have the knowledge of the business. Suppose you're entering in a particular business, you need to gain the entire knowledge, as much knowledge as you could. With that knowledge, you
Mm.
need also, you need to hone your skills, sharpen your skills also.
Mhm.
And if you have a good knowledge,
Mhm.
your skills are sharpened, you can jump into the business with some ethics.
Mhm.
Like, you need to be honest. You need to be like, clients can trust you. You need to be trustworthy. Yeah, honesty, and an approach where you keep the client at the top. Money will follow,
Mm.
but then you'll have to think about the benefit of the clients, what best you can give to your clients. With that approach, when we work, like, even if you are making, I mean, just suppose for an example, even if you are making a mosquito net, just think how you can make it better so that the clients will feel, comfortable sleeping under your mosquito net.
Yeah.
Approach shouldn't be like, अभी तो 2000 का बिक रहा है, मैं 3000 वाला लेकर आऊंगा. That shouldn't be the approach. Approach should be the otherwise. Client को what best we can give. पैसा तो फिर
Right.
10 मार के आएगा. So the approach should be correct when we jump into it. And many a times women think that this is my first time, पहली बार हम कर रहे हैं. So of course there is first time for everything. Nobody
Mhm.
enters into the business as an expert. Nobody does that. While walking on the path, we learn a lot many things. As I said, with a firm good background, we
Mm.
must jump into the business and we will learn a lot. Of course, if people are there who can mentor you, who can guide you, well and good. You can start from small, but then your thinking, your thought should be big.
बड़ा
From,
सोचो.
yeah, bada. So to think, maybe business is small, think big. Initially, we had very few clients. We had just 3, 4 CAs to
हाँ.
whom we would impart the training.
हाँ.
So since Krishnan used to take care of that training part,
Mm.
he would travel really long,
Mhm.
to teach them, to train them.
Mhm.
Was quite hands-on training. He worked very hard. In fact, we worked very hard on preparing the content, and the way we taught those CAs, they were very impressed with our work. Though we were not charging much, but then they were so impressed with our work that one of the CAs, actually, he referred our name to a really big corporate. He
Mm.
where he used to do the audit. And that was really a turning point for us. I want to tell all the women out there. So you may start small, think big, and with God's grace, with your knowledge, with your talent, you know, clients will come to you. If your quality is good, that is going to sell. That's
So,
for sure.
ladies and gentlemen, ladies especially, those who are listening to Rekha ji, आप जानते हो, you are understanding that you need to start. Whatever it is, take that initial step and then make it big. Right, Rekha ji?
Bilkul. There's no perfect time to get into the business.
When you're thinking of starting up a new startup or a new phase of life as a beginning to support the family and living, pregnancy is not a very easy thing, right? So you would have definitely had to juggle between a lot of stuff, right? So my question to you would be like, when you juggle with so many different things in life, what do you do to balance the demands of running a successful business with your personal life?
The right kind of approach
Mhm.
with
Right.
a positivity, because you are starting a business. So
Mhm.
that itself is a happy thing. So let not any negativity enter into it. In my case, with lot of positivity, I did it. I remember my daughter was born. At the time, she was 2 months or 3 months old, and when we got the first training fees from, as I said, from the CAs, that was in cash. It wasn't much, but then it was in cash. And Krishnan came home, and what we did, we handed that cash in the hands of my daughter. When we gave that, handed that cash in her hands, she was like returning us those cash, and both her hands she held like her hand, as if she is giving the money to Krishnan and me. And it
Um,
was like, she looked like goddess Lakshmi to us. So right from the beginning, we were so positive. Even the name of my daughter is Anushi. That one of the meaning is Lakshmi also, apart from beautiful and the other meaning. Started with a very positive note, but then yes, I would definitely say that managing your personal life and the work life is not easy.
Hmm.
It's challenging. It's really, really challenging.
Hmm.
You need to prioritize your time. You need
Mhm.
to manage your time.
Mhm.
And lot many times you have to take some decisions. It
Uh-huh.
varies from person to person. In my case, uh, my husband had left the job, but I
Uh-huh.
was still in the job,
Oh.
managing my job, this the office work of our company,
Mhm.
and plus family. So what
Mhm.
I took a decision one fine day that I'm not going to continue the job and I would leave that job. So
Mhm.
I decided and I resigned from that job
Okay.
for
Okay.
the yes. So it was a
It was a
decision.
big decision, isn't it?
A big decision because it was a good job. I left it. I was really happy after leaving the job because I could uh, devote more time to my business now. I could take care of the kids. I had made the boundaries कि ये time में ये काम करना है, इस time में ये काम करना है. So it's actually a very delicate balance that you have to make the boundaries where you give importance to both the things.
Right. Right.
And somewhere, पलड़ा थोड़ा सा फैमिली के थोड़ा ज्यादा रहता है because ultimately you are doing this for the family.
Yeah.
So yes, but then yeah, you shouldn't. Generally, women tend to feel that go into that guilt consciousness. Ki I'm not giving enough to my business. This also shouldn't happen. So a very delicate balance you have to make. And women are so powerful. So God has given some special power to women that they are able to do this. How
Hmm.
much difficult it may look, but ultimately, women have that power. From
Yeah.
my personal experience, I can say that I could do it very well.
That's beautifully said. And I think that's your courage, which actually made you take that decision. And you are also one of the profiles I would say will be a risk taker. And of course, because you're an entrepreneur, I think you have a great knowledge about what you're doing, and you planned yourself so well. Because when if you have to quit your job to continue with something like this, there's one unknown quote which I think I quoted in one of my other, the podcast talk show also, and it says, so never
Right.
forget how wildly capable you are, and because of which you know that there's a power in you. You're so capable, you could take the risk, you could take a leap, and your knowledge helped you, and your planning strategies, probably which is inbuilt in you, helped you move ahead with your career.
So beautifully put, Saraswati ji. Absolutely.
So my next question, I just want you to share a pivotal moment in your life of entrepreneurial journey that shaped your approach to business. See, you have all those key four things we know, but what was a pivotal moment?
Uh, Pivotal moment. There were moments actually.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
Oh, we would like to know.
yeah, whenever we landed a new client, that used to be a big moment for us
Of course.
because a new client means more money, more business. Your ambit is increased. Your client list becomes longer.
Yeah.
So one new client would be a big thing. So
Mhm.
every time we would get a new client, we would celebrate that. Also, one important significant thing, I would say, Saraswati ji, that when we decided to increase our training fees.
Mhm.
Uh, by this time, still we were not actually charging enough. Like we were not getting the exact value of what we were delivering. Even the clients would say कि आपकी फीस बहुत कम है, आपकी
Yeah.
फीस. And I remember one day Krishnan and I were discussing like
Mhm.
what we are charging, and we must double our training fees because we were delivering. We knew about the quality. We
Mhm.
were the best trainers.
Yeah.
That for sure. Quality was, I mean, no compromise in the quality. One of the best things we were delivering. So we just talked about doubling our fees. We were just having a discussion. And after that, after 2, 3 days, I remember we were going somewhere. Krishan was riding the bike. I was the pillion rider. We were going somewhere, and a phone call came. Since he was riding, I picked up the call. "Okay, hello," and a lady, an HR manager from the other side, from a big company, she was calling, and she said that we have heard a lot about you, and we want to give you some training assignments. Tell us about your free dates. So Christians and our schedule used to be very tight those days, but then we would remember the calendar. We were so much into business that I would remember the dates. Ki ye dates slots khali hai. I told her that you can take these dates. She said, okay, just send me a confirmation email that you have confirmed the dates. And she said, Ki, by the way, what are the commercials? And I just doubled the amount, and I said, that's a commercial. And to my utter surprise, she said, okay, no issues. And
My
we were
God.
like, oh, yeah, she said, no issues. Just send me confirming this thing. Send me an email. Fine. I said, Krishna, once you put down the van, ruko, bike, ruko. And he was like, yeah, he had actually slowed down his bike a little since I was talking. And then he said, "Ki, phone band kiya hai?" मैंने कहा, "हाँ, बंद किया है." Now let us celebrate. So we had doubled the fees. And since we had doubled that fees for that client, we had doubled the fees for other clients also.
Yes.
The most interesting thing was Saraswati ji, doubling the training fees, doubled our clients. So one thing we made very sure of, that quality sells. It also reflects that your quality is good.
Yeah.
So generally, when you increase the fees, clients should go away. But we had doubled the clients. We had clients coming in. So business increased, fees increased. So these were the pivotal moments
In your career, in your path.
Yes, absolutely.
I-
क्वालिटी अच्छी हो तो पैसा झक मार के आएगा ही. वो वैल्यू आप क्लाइंट को देंगे तो यू विल गेट इन रिटर्न.
और जैसे आपकी बात को देके मानती हूँ, यहाँ शहद देखा तो मधुमक्खी
आ
तो
जाएगा.
नहीं आएगी ना. तो बस वही हुआ कि आपने जो है मधु खोल के रखा और मधुमक्खियां आई, अपना छत्ता बनाई और आपका चल रहा है. दैट्स रियली नाइस. बहुत अच्छा लगा. दैट्स रियली वंडरफुल. सो व्हेन यू से दैट यू स्केल्ड अप your business and your clients went double, although you doubled the money, right? Yeah, absolutely. If that has happened, then you must have definitely tell me that how does what role does the mentorship, did you have any mentors, or if you had, how does the mentorship and the networking play in the development of a woman entrepreneur?
Mentorship is actually very crucial in any business.
Yeah.
Somebody has been there, he has seen the place, so
Yes.
he can guide you.
Yes.
And that will help in building your confidence,
True.
everything. Like they have seen it. If there is any pitfalls or any mistakes, so you will avoid those things if you have a good mentor. That helps. And in case of networking also, of course, you will get so many platforms where you'll share your views and you will share market insight, everything. Well and good if you have mentors, you have good network. But then if you don't have that, like if your father is a sports person, he will tell you the importance of discipline and everything, it will be easier for you. But
Yeah.
what if you don't have any mentor? It's the time when you need to help yourself.
Right. Very, very crucial
Very
point coming up now.
Very important. I mean, we cannot sit, waiting for the mentor. And today's, a date where internet is there are mentors everywhere. You just need to open the net, and in your mobile, you will get, inspiration from so many people. You watch that show, and you will be inspired. On personal level, whether it's my business or my writing skills, I get inspired from so many people. Just for like, I would give an example. If you see Twinkle Khanna, she was not very successful as an actress, but then when she writes, the humor in her writing, that is so original. And when she found that is her quality, she stopped acting in the movies and she started writing, and how successful she is. To me, I mean, anybody can inspire me. She inspires me. Priyanka Chopra inspires me. Indrani Nui, oh
Yes.
my goodness, the way she speaks, the way she talks about her struggle, how she juggle between a personal life and work, that is so inspiring. Her entire personality is so inspiring. So anybody nowadays can inspire you. You don't need anyone come to you physically and help you that way. If that happens, very good. If it doesn't, well, there is everyone out there, indirectly inspiring you. Same way for networking also, you don't need to go to events physically. You can join some, like-minded platforms where you can share your views and the networking will happen. Yeah, these things are important, but then ultimately everything lies within you. If you are able to invoke that power, things can be done.
You are giving a new perspective, ladies, women entrepreneurs down there. If you are feeling that you don't have anybody to motivate you, or anybody, you don't have a wide range of network, I think what Rekha ji just said, that you, everything is within you. If you want it, you will find a way out. Like she said, online, many of them have motivated her. The network can be sought in today's social media platforms, are so very strong and so very encouraging also. So it's all within us. I think everything, it comes from inside. You should be the one to go and approach it and go and get it. I loved it, Rekha ji. Your struggle that mentorship nahi bhi hai, or even if you don't have the network, you can create it if you have it within yourself.
Hence my book Avan, which is all about invoking the power within, that poetry book that I had written.
Oh yeah, we would love to hear about that, because I know that you have a poetess inside your soul, and that is also inside you. So we need to bring it out. Okay. So allow me to just move on to my last question, and my question is very simple and very straightforward. I mean, we would like to hear from you that how can we handle failures and setbacks in a business, and what are the lessons you have learned from them and from the experiences. We would like to hear you, and if you have any three mantras about it or a few points, just jot down and what it is. What are they for you?
Failures, setbacks, part and parcel of business. Yeah, and nobody, gets into it as an expert and is always successful. Yes, downfalls will come, but then you have to take that as a learning lesson. Now, what this thing is teaching you, you have to stop, take a step back, or just stop there and do some thinking.
Mhm.
What mistake did I make? Have I gone wrong somewhere? Or maybe is the market changing and
Mhm.
I'm not able to adapt that to do something? You need to ask such questions from yourself, and then you need to work on that. Take your time, take a break. Don't hesitate to take a break and then do some sort of thinking and try to find a way. Take a great leap of faith that now you have got the things, you have learned a lot, and now you are, double smart, and then you jump into the business and nobody can stop you.
I'm sure many of them will be who are listening to you will do that. Many of us do when we sulk back and we start thinking and we go depressed. Wonderfully said. So before we conclude, Rekha ji, I thought you are a poetess within yourself, and you have been a part of LPGISA. You are a presenter yourself. What would you like to say towards the end of the show? Can you just quote a few lines from there and motivate the woman Shakti, Nari Shakti there?
So the poet in me actually helped me write those contents also. So yes, it did help me. And as you said that what if there are any lines which I can recite,
Mhm.
Saraswati ji, I would like to recite from my book. I had written this poem in my initial stage. We were not into the business. We weren't successful in the business that time. जो कविता का जो शीर्षक है वो है आसमान, कि
Mhm.
जब आसमान छूने की चाह हो, जब आसमान छूने की चाह हो, योग्यता और पात्रता भी अथाह हो, तो क्यों है तुम्हारा दिल घबराता, क्यों है तुम्हारा मनोबल मनोबल चरमराता, क्यों
Mhm.
है तुझमें गिरने का भय, क्यों हो रही तुम्हारी शक्ति क्षय, क्यों कर रहे हो अश्रु व्यर्थ, जानो ना तुम हो सबल समर्थ, कि जीत जाने की तुझ में है अपार शक्ति, कि जीत जाने की तुझ में है अपार शक्ति, मन वचन कर्म में हो इसकी अभिव्यक्ति, स्वयं सिद्धि पर संदेह की ना हो गुंजाइश, स्वयं सिद्धि पर संदेह की ना हो गुंजाइश, आगे आकर एक बार तो कर ले अपनी अजमाइश, कि जो हार गया तो खोएगा क्या, कि जो हार गया तो खोएगा क्या, जो पाया ही नहीं उसे गंवाने का भय क्या, पर जो पा गया तो जीत जाएगा, पर जो पा गया तो जीत जाएगा, और उस दिन तेरी मुट्ठी में आसमान आएगा, और उस दिन तेरी मुट्ठी में आसमान आएगा. Thank you so very much.
क्या बात है रेखा जी बहुत ही बढ़िया I can understand but for those who will not be able to understand Hindi that great just in 2 lines if you can summarize this poetry you have written when you had started off with the journey.
Yeah, don't have those self doubts, you know. And don't cry, don't waste your time. Everything, all the abilities, all the talent is there within yourself. So if you really try hard, you can reach the sky. Only the sky is the limit. You
Yeah.
can do wonders, ladies. I mean, you are made to do the wonders. You are magical. You can do the magic.
Yes, you can do the magic, ladies. And that's the whole idea of this series, also. That somewhere, the little girl who is listening to us, or somewhere, a lady who is struggling to do what she wants to do, I think I want this talk show to serve as a platform to encourage them and come forward and start their business or they start whatever they want to do. Let them come forward. And I think with your poem today, I think it's a great tagline for today's show. So I want to thank you, Rekha ji. Thank you for coming to the show and helping us with your beautiful thoughts. Jai Nari Shakti.
Thank you so much, Saraswati ji. Believe me, entirely my pleasure to be here, to be able to share my views. And I really pray to God that if any woman is benefited from this, our talk show will be a great success. So I really pray to God for, to help every woman out there, to give them strength to do their business.
Thank you so much for Rekha ji once again. And this is Saraswati signing off for Manthan with Saraswati. And next episode, we meet yet another female entrepreneur. Thank you and bye bye. Namaste.